Hello, and welcome to Point of View, where we give students a place to listen, learn, and lean in. We're your hosts, Zara,
Avi, and Alan.
And today we'll be discussing our childhoods.
Great.
Okay, let's get started. What was y'all's childhood like?
You want to go first? Sure. Okay. My childhood was more like being not really. I don't think it was like a traditional childhood because for like the first 5 years of my life, I've always been like moving around. So I was born in Jersey, but then like I think a year and a half later, I moved to like middle of nowhere in Indiana, and then we moved to Indianapolis.
What?
Yeah, it was a wild time.
And then you moved to Georgia?
And then I moved to Georgia, and then not even like here in Georgia, just like I was in Marietta. No, I wasn't even there at first. I was literally, you know where the new Braves Stadium is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I live like across the street from there.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
When were you when you moved to that place of Georgia?
Yeah, how old are you?
3 and a half.
3 years old.
Oh,
3.5.
so you moved a lot when you were like a
Yeah.
toddler.
Yeah.
Aw. How many siblings do you have, Avi?
One, just my sister.
Anya Jagavkar. How old is she?
Yeah, how old is she?
She is a year and 3/4 younger than me.
Very precise.
Very precise. So yeah, she's freshman. I think she's like 16. No, 15.
No,
15.
she's definitely 15.
She's 15.
Oh, okay. And your parents?
My parents, like their age.
No. Like,
What were they like?
yeah, like your relationship with your parents.
Where's
Like,
their
your relationship.
strategy?
Strategy? I mean,
little Avi.
to little me. I'm trying to think. Not necessarily. I don't think I ever. No, I did. I always like gaslit them a little bit, just like slightly
Oh, wow.
to get things. But it was more my sister than me that did the gaslighting. I was kind of like the good child.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. What about you, Alan?
So my childhood is actually very different from Avi's. I was born and have lived in the same house for my entire life in Johns
Wow.
Creek, Georgia, which is, what is it? 10, 15 minutes away from
Boring.
Georgia. Okay, Avi.
Well, it's not boring. Everyone's different.
Yeah, so I know like the paths to my house. I know like every place in my neighborhood.
You know everything around Johns Creek.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like the weird thing is I still don't know how to get places. Like I don't know how my parents do it, but whenever they drive, like even if we've only been to a certain place one time, the next time we go there, they just know exactly where to go, like no GPS. And I have no idea how they do it.
It's like, I don't know, I kind of get this because I drive, but the second you like drive somewhere, it's like muscle memory at that point. You can kind of just remember like, oh, like I have to turn here, like this is what the road looks like here.
Right.
I mean,
Maybe-
at night, yeah.
Maybe it comes when you drive, but right now I have no idea what
Yeah.
the street names in my neighborhood are. So.
What? Really?
Like I know my street name, but other than that, pretty lost. So I just like look at the trees and stuff to navigate.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are you an only child or do you have siblings?
I have one older sister. She's in college of her second year in medical school. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, and my parents. To be honest, I can't remember anything like before age 9. Like I'm not even joking.
That's valid.
Everything before age 9 is blank space. I just have no
Really?
idea what's
For
going
me,
on.
it's like, I only really remember up to where I was like,
Mhm.
where I was like, I think 2.5, something like that.
2.5.
Two.
and a
I
half.
remember.
I
That's
remember-
like
I
5,
remember-
like kindergarten,
but it's like-
my school year.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, I don't think I have like a continued memory from there. Like it's always been like, I can remember me playing in the snow when I was like in Indiana.
Aw.
But like from there to the point where I moved to Georgia, I don't remember anything. And I remember waking up and seeing the moving truck come. That's like the first memory.
Aw,
I have
that's kinda
core
sad,
memory.
though.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, I
And
can
then
only
from
like,
there it's like been continued, but like
Mm.
yeah.
I can only like I remember specific things before age 9, but only like random tiny moments that
Mhm.
just have no significance
Yeah.
whatsoever. But
Interesting. All right,
Mm-hmm.
let me talk about mine.
your turn, Zara.
Mine is very, very different from both of theirs. I moved a lot. I was born in Colombia, and I lived in Colombia until I was 5.
Oh.
And I'm the youngest, by a lot. So my siblings are 28, and then my brother's, I think, 31, 32.
32?
Yeah, so I'm an aunt. And it's just like when I was younger, obviously, like we were all very different age. Like I was 5, my sister was 18. No 18-year-old wants to spend a Friday night with their little sister playing Barbie dolls. Obviously, she's going to go out, live her last year of high school, like do whatever. So I grew up pretty like alone, I guess, in the sense of like siblings, because they were just never there. And I mean, obviously it's understandable because of the age difference. Like I'm sure if they were like 7 or like 10, we would have been way closer. No, I know, but like now I appreciate our age gap so much more than I did when I was younger. I hated it. When I was younger, I hated it. I was like, why are you not staying home on a Friday night to play Barbies with me? Like obviously that makes so much sense, but now I'm just like, okay, well I've learned because my sister has done this and she's gone through this and she's did this in her relationships. So then I just learn a lot from them. And then also my brother made me an aunt. So that's pretty cool. Because then, I don't know, my parents, my favorite people ever, they're so funny. I get my personality from them. Like from my dad, like he's the goofiest guy ever. He's so funny. He's so bold and loud. Like me, like I'm super loud and I'm like super expressive. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's my dad. My mom's my best friend. I love her. She makes me like spoiled one in the family because I'm the youngest girl. So pretty good childhood. I love it.
Wait, so in your house, do you still speak Spanish?
Yes.
Oh.
So I was never allowed to speak English at home. Not until now that my mom's like taking English classes. She's like, I want you to speak to me in English. But other than that, I've always spoken Spanish in my house. They don't let me drop it. Yeah.
What about you, Alan? Do you speak? Wait, what language do you speak?
I speak a bunch of languages actually.
What?
Like
you speak Chinese, but what else?
I don't speak Chinese at home, Alan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's kind of a mix. Sometimes I'll speak English with my parents if it's something like has to be done like seriously.
Right.
But most of the time, if it's just casual conversation, I'll kind of mix between English or Hindi or English Marathi or English and Telugu.
I agree. I always mix my Spanish and my English together because I just forget words in certain languages.
It's
So
just
I'm
like-
other way around.
So I speak Chinglish, definitely.
Mine's
definitely
Spanglish. That's funny. Yeah.
certain words I just have no idea what they are in Chinese, like museum. Just no clue.
Okay, so next part of this, we're gonna do a little show and tell. So everyone brought in a couple of things to show off, and we're gonna tell like little stories behind them. So Alan, why don't you go first?
Okay. So, oh shoot, this is my boy. I'm not even joking. His name is Bob. So
Very classic.
the way I got his name was from when I was a kid. Every day, actually, when I used to get home from elementary school, I would hop on cable TV, and when I you know, like when you get home, there's always like times when certain shows are being put on.
I know
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
what you're
So I only had a specific slot, and every day the only show that was in that slot was Bob the Builder.
Oh.
So naturally, I had to name this guy Bob. He was made according to his tag in 2011. So he's my younger brother by 2 years.
Oh.
And actually, this guy looks exactly like my real cat in
You
real
have
life.
cats, Alan?
I have 2 cats indeed.
What are their names?
The old one is named the old one.
The old one.
My first cat is named Penny, and she is 4 years old or 5 years old. You lose track. And then she's a tuxedo cat that's black, like this one, black and white. And then my second cat, his name is Benji, and he's very young. He's only like 8 months, and he is a character.
Character.
Yeah,
Is he sassy?
yeah, he's very sassy, but he's very cute.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, like people always say they don't have favorites with pets, and I don't have favorites either. But Benji is my favorite cat.
Oh.
So yeah,
Aw.
and he's a long hair, so he sheds everywhere, which is also a plus.
Fun. Okay. Wait, Avi, do you have any pets?
I used to have a fish tank full of like 13 to 14 different
Holy
species
cow.
of fish.
How big is your fish tank?
It was like a 50-gallon tank. It was pretty big.
dang.
It had like this whole really expensive like filtration system and everything. And I don't know, it was like a centerpiece of our living room
So
until
cool.
my sister did some things, and then we didn't have a fish tank anymore. So
Oh no.
Whoa.
you
Did
guys-
some things.
Did you guys ever have like those like random pets that you would have like for a couple months? Like I know for me, like my dad one time found like one of those little turtles on the side of the road at a job, and he was like, he brought it home. Oh wait, let me tell you guys a story. This is actually so sad. So if my sister's listening, this is your fault till this day. Take it out on her. My dad brought home a little turtle. Loved it. Named it Luna. Hold on to that name. So Luna, we got her like towards the end of the summer, and one day my sister was like, oh, I'm gonna make her like a little shoebox so Luna can sit outside and take some fresh air and enjoy herself. So my sister sets out Luna in the little like shoebox, and she flipped over and like the turtle, and got roasted by the sun and died.
Oh my gosh.
So I come home and I'm like, where's Luna? And I was like 7, maybe, probably 6. And I was like, where's Luna? And my sister's like, oh, she's outside in the little like shoebox. I go out, I look down, and Luna's turned over brown.
Oh my god.
Like she was roasted.
That's like the worst death ever. That is so sad.
I know.
Slow pain.
Yes.
Just roasting alive.
She was just like it was so sad, and I was so upset, and I did not talk to my sister for like 2 weeks because I did not like her. And then one time I also had a fish. I named him Blue because he's blue. But it was my first pet. I was 5. And he was just a little like beta fish, and I had him for like a year.
I had a beta fish in my first pet.
I feel like everyone has fish.
Yeah, I mean, his name was Ted.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a very territorial fish. Like, I don't know how fish can be sassy, but like, he was sassy. He lived like 5 years though, which is
wow.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
he lived all the way until we put him in the last fish tank we had, the big one.
And then the incident with your sister.
Yeah.
Aww. I never took care of my fish that well. I'm sorry to admit it, but
You guys are.
I just muted the mic.
No, it's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, enough.
Okay, my bad. I never took care of my fish, and I know this is so controversial now because like people are like, you have to get your fish a pond and build it in your backyard. When I had my fish, it was a tank this big, had little blue rocks at the bottom with like a little SpongeBob house, and that's it. Like it was just normal water from the sink, called it a day, and it lived for a year.
No, you guys are low-key better than me though, because my fish, I didn't even name my fish. And all the fish I had didn't live more than 6 months.
Oh shoot.
Max. But hold on, it's not even my fault. It was actually my cat's fault. So, you know.
Did your cat eat the fish?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ate the fish?
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, did he like?
Huh? No, you don't see, but you can kind of tell, because one day the fish is there, and then the next day there's no fish. Yeah.
Are you leaving like the open, like the top of the tank, like open?
Well, yeah, because it's like the same bowl that Zara has. Like,
oh, it's like a bowl. It's not like a tank.
No, I didn't have like a bowl, but I had like
a little square.
Yeah, a little square box. But it was open. On the top.
No, mine was like a bowl, had like a big
like an
opening at the
iconic
top.
fish bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the one in like Elmo.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's so sad.
It's okay though. I mean, I fed them like every day. I definitely overfed them. So
See,
in their last months, at least they were not hungry.
I think at one point we had like a little eagle at the bottom, and the tank was like big. It was like 4 feet.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Tall. It was like taller than it was wide, so you could have like a lot of stuff like in layers. We had like a little like kelp forest. I think at some point we had like snails and crabs in that same tank.
Oh, so
That's
you had,
crazy.
like, a whole aquarium.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
at some point I think we had crawfish, but yeah, it was.
I've never ate crawfish.
It's good.
Really?
Yeah.
I always see like the crawfish boils, and I just feel so bad because there's like
they boil them.
hundreds of them all dead. It's
Yeah.
They're like
crazy.
really good.
Yeah, it looks
Okay,
good though. I
ignore
ain't
it.
gonna lie.
Enough
Next,
Moving on.
why don't you explain what you brought?
You got
So I brought my first stuffed animal, Sparky,
No.
Ooh, that's a nice name.
and then
It
I've
is a
also
nice name.
brought my first grade yearbook. So
Let's find a picture.
of me.
Yeah, show us.
Okay, let's look for it.
Oh. See, I always got the yearbooks in like elementary school, and then I think middle school I got it 6th grade, which is when COVID hit. So I never got it signed.
I found it.
That's so sad.
Let me see. Where's Avi? Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's. You can see like little
They just
person
have
blue.
no idea where
Can't see it.
We'll put a picture on this.
Yeah.
But that's so adorable.
You look nothing like you now, Avi.
You don't. You
But-
really don't.
Funny enough, you have the exact same color shirt on from that
Oh
photo.
my god,
Yeah.
you do. Smile.
Yeah.
He smiled with his bottom teeth. You smiled with your top teeth.
Past tense Avi.
Maybe this isn't Avi. Maybe this is another Avi.
Maybe they just mix it up.
No, that was
Yeah.
before. That was when I had bad teeth.
Aw.
Okay, Avi, tell us the story behind
Sparky.
Sparky. So Sparky was, he was my first stuffed animal, and the way I got him was actually I was like 2,
No, you're
and I
good.
lived in Indiana at the time, like a little small town called Evansville. Outside of Indiana, it was like 30 minutes from Indianapolis. So we went up to Chicago for like some sort of trip or something, and my uncle actually got me him at the top of the John Hancock Tower in Chicago. So that was cool. I mean,
Very nice.
yeah.
Very nice. He's
And-
very fluffy.
Basset Hound.
Very-
I don't know if it
pretty
tells me
big.
the date.
I looked at it, it said 2018, but I don't think
18.
it's
I
2018.
think that's just the copyright.
Yeah. Avi was 2 in 2018.
No.
That's his address.
What?
That's
Yeah.
the address.
Oh, that's okay.
But
He looks old.
I
He does look
used
old.
to.
Respectfully.
He's. I still have him in my room. He has like a little like doghouse.
Aww.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
very nice.
That's cute.
Yeah, and then I think from that point until I was like 9, I used to like have him sleep like
Next to you?
at my feet,
Aw.
like a dog. Yeah.
It's real nice, Avi.
Valid. Okay,
Okay.
I'll go.
Let's hear that.
I have a stuffed animal that I sleep with every night, and I have this fear of losing it because I can't sleep without it. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I've tried to sleep without it, and it's not even like a personal thing. Like, my body won't fall asleep, so I didn't bring it because I got scared I was gonna lose it. But I did bring my little hippo. So this hippo is
ear? It's the first thing you noticed.
Luna, not the turtle. My dog right now. My sister has a dog right now. She's a Weimaraner, and she thought it was a toy, so she ripped his little ear off, which is so sad. But she has one, and this was my first, or not my first, but this was like one of the toys that I brought from Colombia. So this is like very old. I would say like 10 years, 11 years, probably 11. Yeah.
Like how
Sparky's 15 years old.
How is Sparky 15?
Because I got him when I was 2.
Oh, because you're 17.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Aw.
Crazy.
He's
Still
old.
held up
He's
better.
the same age as me.
I like how
Yeah.
your sister named your dog and the turtle.
Yeah, so we named both of our pets Luna, but she's very cute. She sits on my bed every single day,
What is
and
your hippo called?
I don't have a name for her. I don't, and I didn't know what this was. It's a little dragonfly, but I didn't know what it was.
I thought it was a palm tree.
No, it's a dragonfly, and I didn't know what it was until like I was like old enough to understand. But she has a little pink bandana. She's cute. And then I brought my first pair of glasses. These are ridiculous. I'm not putting them on. I refuse.
Are they bad?
Yeah, but they're really, really tiny.
How thick are they?
No, they're not that
not
bad. I barely had any prescription on them because I wasn't that bad. But I'll tell you guys a story. So when I was like 8-ish, I was sitting with my sister. Oh my god, the lens is gone.
Alligator.
Hello? What just happened?
Dip.
It probably is in the bag. All right. Anyways,
Oh.
I was watching with my sister like MasterChef. She's like, I'm like this, like squinting my eyes really hard. She's like, Zara, can you see? And I was like, no, I don't know what they're cooking right now. So then my sister was like telling my parents, she's like, okay, you guys need to take her because she's blind. So then I go and they tell me, oh, you need glasses. And ever since then, my prescription has gone up so much, and I cannot see. Like I have -4 and -2.5 on the
You
side.
have negative scores?
Yeah.
Wait.
No, it's
What
like
is
the augmentation.
augmentation, yeah.
So then it'd be like I'm at like a 16-ish. I don't know. I'm not sure how it works, but it's pretty bad. So we have evolved a lot since these poor little glasses. I'm kind of sad. I know the lens.
Get worse and worse.
I don't know where the lens went. That's kind of funny, but very big deal to this day. My glasses. And then I just brought a little picture of myself. We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah.
It's when I was in Colombia, if you can't tell, I was wearing a little, like, this is called campesina. So it's like traditional, like authentic wear, kind of look like countryside girls. That's kind of what it translates to. So in kindergarten, they would take pictures of us like this, like at my school, because I went to a private school.
Wow.
So
Your pictures are so much better than my elementary school pictures.
really?
Yeah,
Why?
they just sat us down and said,
Oh no, we had like photo shoots. Like we had
I
a.
think I had that same experience in Montessori
border
school, too.
Yeah.
This is kind of fire. I'm not gonna.
It is tough. And then also like we had like a little fashion show. So then they would take a picture of us there.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's all like private school Columbia stuff. They're very fancy. But that's it.
Very cool.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my little show tell.
So, what else what toys did you guys like when you were in your childhood? Toys or like shows or books?
This guy right here is my only toy that I remember from my childhood.
Yeah.
Mr. Bob.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I had like this. I don't know if you've seen those big yellow like Tonka dump trucks.
Okay, I think I might know. What you're
Yeah,
talking about.
it's like they're like about like 2 feet tall. They're like big, and
They're open.
they're like they have like a working like dump, like a working bed, right?
That's cool.
You've never seen them before?
I've seen the little dump trucks, but I don't know what Abby's talking.
Oh, it was like huge. I mean, but it was like all metal too, so it was like really heavy. But I remember 2013 when it like snowed really badly.
I remember that year.
Yeah.
That was my first year in Atlanta, and it snowed that bad, and my parents were like, "What is going on?"
I'm so grateful for my dad. He picked me up from school in first grade, by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
And our little like Toyota Camry kind of like braved these like
No.
The snow.
the snow. All
How
the
was the year the highway got into the super big crash? Do you remember?
yeah.
Yeah, they had to like they didn't ice anything, so then there was like a domino. Have you ever heard about that, Alex?
I was 4, so
Buses didn't get to
before
my
9.
island.
Really? On the highway.
Yeah, on
yeah.
285.
285, we got a huge crash.
No
like
recollection.
10 cars.
Not a
Into each-
memory.
yeah.
Not a clue.
The
in my brain.
buses.
I remember that.
So basically, the route to get home from my school to my apartment that I was living at the time, you had to go onto 285, and the entire thing was backed up. So my dad, so the buses would use that route. So the buses didn't get to the school until like 11 at night. So everybody who didn't have their parent pick them up had to stay at school.
Oh,
Dang.
But I mean, they kind of turned into like a slumber party. So
Aw, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
I love those teachers. Like that school was like,
That seems like a good school.
it was amazing.
Nice.
Very nice.
You didn't watch anything?
Oh
Show
no.
anything?
So
Like
this is my only stuffed animal. However, I did watch a lot of TV shows when I was a little kid. I was a bad one. I was a bad egg.
It's not bad though. I think it's good.
Yeah. So
What did you watch?
I have a large variety. Hold on, let me pull up the list. So
Oh goodness.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Long.
All this. Okay, number 1. I'm sure if this is not your number 1 TV show as a kid,
I disagree.
then
I disagree.
you never had a childhood. So Wild Kratts is obviously the best TV show made in existence for kids.
No.
The most informative, the most informative. There's like the best overall, and
It's funny.
yeah, and it's funny. And no, hold on. And the best part is that the guys transform into animals.
I know.
Yeah,
But
so-
then one of them turn into like a cheetah or something, or like a
Yeah.
Cheetahs,
Yeah.
lions,
Literally
snakes,
random like the
whales, squids, like any animal you think of. Okay, Zara, but what do you disagree?
I do.
Oh.
I do disagree. I'm not the best.
Oh, I mean, I did watch Wild Kratts because it was like one of those things that's like, okay, 7 p.m. Wild Kratts, 8 p.m. SpongeBob,
Staple.
9 p.m. Nickelodeon XD for teens. Do you guys remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
It was like
And
in
then-
that exact
And then
order
if you
too.
kept watching it, it would end up being like adult show at
Yeah.
like midnight.
Yes,
It's like, what?
yes, and it'd be like you turn it on and it'd be like Master Chef or something. Like it'd be like one of those shows that would late at night. But yeah, actually, I was a big Dora fan,
Oh.
and it's kind of ironic because when you think of it, I'm like
this
Dora. You can't tell in this picture, but I had really thick bangs and I had hair up to like here and the bangs. And I speak Spanish. So very stereotypical Dora looking 5-year-old. So, but it was my favorite show. I loved it so much.
Okay, I can actually understand that. Dora's pretty.
I mean, yeah, and also like seeing her and I was just like, wow, she looks just like me. Like that's like, that hits hard. That hits
I
hard.
think also the toy that I played with the most, honestly, was my Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, my dad got us an Xbox when we were living. When I went in that year too.
Oh my God.
First grade was just like a big year for me.
Dang.
Like he bought
Monumental.
like new apartment, bought us an Xbox. Bought us an Xbox. What else? Oh yeah, there was this one. I think there was this like Wildcrats Xbox game that I was just like hooked onto for like forever. Like I think I still played it up to like up to third grade, fourth grade, something like that. It was just
that fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was never allowed to play video games, and I still am not allowed to. It's just because like my parents are like, you could be using like your time better. But I was a really big fan of the YouTube Just Dances. Oh my gosh, that was my like crack. Like it was my favorite thing ever. I would always have my friends come over, and I still to this day, like if I'm with like my friends and I really don't know what to do, Just Dance.
So bad at Just Dance.
Really?
Terrible.
Alan, we need Just Dance.
I had no coordination.
I was like
God.
crazy at it in like third grade. Like I don't know how it was at this like after. I don't know if you guys know Primrose.
No idea what that
It's like
is.
this after.
Oh, actually, I do. It's like a kids are kids.
Kids are kids, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So like after school, or like for summer camp as well. When you were like in fourth grade or third grade, I went there and they had this like Just Dance competition,
Aww.
right? And they had like a little they had like a Wii U and everything. So
Did Mini Avi champion the Just Dance?
yeah.
Wait,
A
did you guys ever
champion.
go to summer camp?
Yeah.
As a kid?
As a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to
A
this
lot.
thing called Camp All American.
I went there too.
Oh my gosh, guys! I've always like that is like the true American experience. Like I'm so like I regret not
You
going.
get Chick-fil-A for lunch every single day.
I always see those camp videos, and it's like
Yeah,
these
they
people
were
dressed
pretty
up and
fire.
like, oh, that
You get
sounds so
zip
fun.
lines.
Yeah, the videos
Zip
don't
lines.
lie.
You get a pool day
And
every
like, you know
single
the thing
day.
that like you jump and then like there's a person and then it's like the thingy and then
Have
you
you
jump into the lake. What is that called?
Oh, like the blob.
Oh, the blob.
The blob.
Yeah, it's
That's what it was.
it's fine.
That like I always dreamt.
I did
doing
it.
that. Oh, that sounds so
The part I like most is that was also on the videos is like where they put you in the ball and then like you
the hamster ball?
Hamster ball.
yeah you're like this and then you
Uh-huh.
roll down the hill.
I've never
It's so
seen
fun.
that, but I have seen the hamster balls and those are super fun.
I think also at Camp All American, they had one of the days they told us like wear like the clothes we weren't afraid to get like dirty, and they had like a giant like they covered an entire hill with like Crisco and like grease
Oil.
and oil.
Oh.
Yeah, and you like
Cute.
there was like the first person to get up there gets like
That's
$10 or
crazy.
something, or like a gift
Well,
card
I
or
never did
something.
that, but that sounds so
And it's
fun.
like everybody just kept sliding down because you get halfway up the hill and then they just dump more oil down the hill
That's
and then you just
insane.
slide.
That's awesome.
Well, I've never done that.
I went to Lifetime summer camp, like the day camp, just because like my parents were working. I think it was 2 summers that I went, but also
Those were so fun because I remember I used to be so attached because like all the counselors used to be like high schoolers.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like the high school girls are coming to the Lifetime counseling. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I still think it's super cool. And then I remember like once a week we'd go to like medieval times or we'd go to like Six Flags or like those like little field trips. Oh, I used
That
to
sounds fun.
love those. And I met so many people through it. I loved it. I love summer camp. Always my favorite.
Okay.
but yeah.
Honestly, thank you guys. That was really fun. I found out so many new things about you guys. It's so cool.
It's
a really fun
aquarium in his house.
Aquarium, Indiana, right?
Indiana, yeah.
Indiana, like what? There's so many different things.
Went to the Indy 500 at 2.
Woo! Okay.
This concludes our episode of Point of View. Thank you so much for listening. For a transcript of this episode, head to the Point of View tab on our website, nhsmessenger.org, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at NHS Point of View for updates and new episodes. We're your hosts, Zara,
Avi.
And Alan.
and this has been Point of View.